Hi everybody, welcome to class. My name is Mark and it's my pleasure to be working with you in these final 8 weeks of the fall 2021 semester. What I'm going to do today is give you a brief tutorial about our class, how it's going to work, how you can stay in contact with me, and hopefully get you a running start on our time together. English 111 is considered a foundation course at Ivy Tech, which means it's very important. It doesn't matter what your major is, what you're studying, you have to be able to express yourself through the written word to be successful as a student regardless of where your path is going to take you. So let's jump in and take a look at the syllabus. I'm not going to cover the whole thing today. I know you're going to go back and read it later, but I do want to hit a couple of key points. And the first one is, how do you stay in touch with me? That's my cell phone number. Put it in your phone. Text me anytime. If you have a question about the course, if you have a question about an assignment, if there's anything you want to know, just hit me up at this number. Yes, we have email, and it's listed below. Yes, we have course messages, but you're always going to get a faster response from me by sending me a text. Text me anytime. I may not answer it if it's the middle of the night, but you know what I mean. But one thing I do ask is that when you do text me, always tell me your name. I don't save everyone's number into my phone, and I certainly don't want to get you confused with another student and give you a dumb answer. So text me anytime, tell me your name, ask a question, we'll have a conversation. I also want to point out that there is no book you need to buy for this course. The book, there's actually two, are included in the course. You have nothing else to do. And I'll show you where the book is here in just a little bit, but it's already taken care of. There's nothing to buy. Closed research theme. During the course of this semester, these 8 weeks, we will be writing about a common theme, which means when we get to the final assignment, the argumentative essay, there is nothing you need to decide about what am I going to write about. You do get to decide which sources you want to use, but the theme has already been picked out for you, and the theme revolves around food and our relationship to it. And we'll get a little bit more into that as time goes on. By the way, I will mention I won't always post a video message at the beginning of every week, but I will do this throughout the semester as I think it's needed. Speaking of the week, here's how the course works. There are 8 modules. We have 8 weeks. We do 1 module per week. It's pretty simple. The class always starts on a Monday, so our first day of our time together will be the 18th of October, and your assignments and your homework and whatever else you have to do for the week is due the following Sunday at midnight, actually 11:59. So for week 1, we'll start on October 18th. You have to turn everything in by October 24th. Week 2, we'll start on October 25th, things will be due on the 31st, and so on and so on. It's a very predictable pattern, and we do that for a reason because we're not gathering together. You can't see me face to face, but by using this predictable pattern, it's supposed to enable student success, and that's certainly what we want. If for some reason things aren't working out, you've taken too many courses, you need to drop one, you decide you just don't like me for whatever reason, that's fine. The deadline to get out of this course with 100% refund is October 26th at 11:59 p.m. Do you ever have to come to campus for this course? The answer is absolutely not. You can go if you want. I won't be there, nobody else will be, but if you want to show up, fine. That's a joke. If life gets in the way throughout the course of this semester and you simply can't finish it, the last date to withdraw is November 3rd. You won't get a 100% refund, but you will get an incomplete, which means you can take it another time, maybe when circumstances are better. There are several major writing styles used through colleges and universities throughout the U.S. This course only uses APA. Some of you might be more familiar with MLA, which is another popular writing style. Maybe you had it in high school. Maybe you had it at another school that you've attended. But in this class, we are only using APA. We do have some tutorials, if you're not familiar with it, that will help you get up to speed. But if you're ever stuck and you don't know how to use a reference to something, how to cite something, you know what to do. Just text me. I'll walk you through it. It's not that hard. And last and most importantly, I will post an announcement about this later on after this video is posted. But let's have a word about plagiarism. over the years that I've been teaching this course, maybe once a year, someone will get pressed for time, wants a shortcut. They've written a paper that they genuinely authored, but they turned it in for another course somewhere else. Even though you are the sole author of that work, turning it in twice still constitutes plagiarism. Let's avoid that problem. Again, it's happened every once in a while. I don't want to see it happen to anybody here. If you've turned in a paper in a course, gotten a grade, you can't use it again. It's one and done. And again, I'll post an announcement about that. So again, read the syllabus. It's all very important. I want to keep this brief, so I'm not going to go through everything. I do want to jump over to grades and say a word or two about that. As I mentioned, the assignments are due on Sunday nights at 11:59 p.m. However, if the course starts on a Monday and you've turned something in by Wednesday and I see it's in there, I'm going to grade it. I want you to know and have an understanding of how you're doing in the course as the course progresses, so you don't have to wait for the very end and to check and see how you're doing. Now, for the essays that you'll be turning in, those do take a little bit longer. For quizzes and discussion boards and things like that, I grade them as soon as I get them, or reasonably close. So let's take a look at our first module and see what you have to do. If I can get my page to move. Oh, here's a couple of important links. Support services for disability services, course resources, my communication plan. Here is your book, They Say, I Say, 4th edition. Here is the second book, the Little Seagull Handbook. The They Say, I Say is about argumentative writing. The Little Seagull Handbook is more about how to write in the proper style. I'm not going to open them up. I know you will. That's where they are. Here is the closed research theme. How do our food choices affect society? How do food policies affect us? In this, I haven't opened several different articles. Now, on your view, you may not see the ones that I haven't opened. You're welcome to use any of these that are displayed for you. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. My advice to you is that you pick a title that sounds interesting to you. Maybe read the first page. And if you find it interesting, then keep reading it. And you may want to use that article as the basis for the essays you're going to write. If you read the first page and it's not working for you, you simply don't like the perspective, skip it, go on to the next one. I will also give you a piece of advice that whatever article that you choose as kind of your centerpiece, your anchor, that's the one you're going to be using for all of the essays that you write. So make sure it's something you like, something that you find comfortable. You don't necessarily have to agree with it. In fact, I kind of find it interesting if you disagree with it. Regardless, make sure it's one that you like, because you're going to be working with the same material for the next 8 weeks. Here are some additional tabs: course orientation, syllabus, which I kind of already briefly gone through, introductions. We'll talk about that in just a second. These are resources for you. Look through them. If you're not familiar with how an online course works, or maybe it's your first semester, or you haven't taken an online course ever, these will give you some valuable information about how do you do a quiz, how do you access the textbook, how you complete tutorials. So this is what I've been trying to work towards, is Module 1. This is what we have to do over the next 7 days. There's an overview of the module, which I won't open. There's an introduction on They Say, I Say, another chapter, and then there's a tutorial. If you read the content, the tutorial is a piece of cake. It's only 10 points. It's just a check to make sure that you're actually reading what you're supposed to be reading. And I make these available to you more than once. If you take it the first time and you get 8 out of 10, take it again. There's a lot of very easy points in this course, and there are some very difficult points in the course. The easy points are things like quizzes and discussion boards. If you do them, you'll get the points. The harder assignments are the essays, obviously, and sometimes those can be a challenge. So make sure you clean up on all the easy points you can possibly get. That'll help you when it gets to the harder assignments. Balances things out. There's another chapter on They Say, I Say, and then again another quiz. Again, they're very easy. A slideshow that you can look through about rhetorically describing a text. There's an exercise over getting familiar with the course and the closed research theme. Hint, read the syllabus and look at the overview of the course and the theme. If you do both those things, then take the quiz, you're going to get a perfect score. There is a discussion board about the closed research theme. It's pretty self-explanatory, and I will also say this about discussions. I posted my own introductory discussion, and I'll show you that in just a second. And I want everybody to respond to each other to get to know one another, and I will try to get to know you. In later discussion boards, I read all of them. I tend not to respond to them because I want that to be a peer-to-peer discussion and not me barging in the middle of things. We will have an introductory live meeting, but it's not going to be in this first week, so you can ignore that for now. I want to show you where the discussions are before I start to wrap this up. The first discussion is not graded, but it's very important because I need to know where you're coming from, what you're studying, and what your academic circumstances are like. It helps me understand you and helps me work with you as the course progresses. So you can say basically anything you want in this. Tell me a little bit about yourself, why you're taking the course, your goals, what you want to learn, anything else you want us to know about you. Again, I went ahead and posted my own introduction here, which I hope you'll read, and you'll learn a little bit more about me and how I ended up here. And then when you're ready to post your own, simply click the reply box. Tell me anything you'd like about yourself, what you think it's important that I and everybody else in the course needs to know. I'm going to keep this short. That's 12 minutes of your time. Probably next week I will have a written announcement and not a video announcement, but I will do this periodically throughout the time that we have together. The most important thing I want you to remember, how to stay in touch with me, text me. My number hasn't changed, 812-498-4200. Send me a message anytime, ask me anything. Just remember, tell me who you are. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks.